Hey Booktube, my name's Becca, and today I will be doing my June wrap-up and my August TBR. As you all know, last month was Booktubeathon, and I took part in it, and that was actually the only time I actually read anything during July, or all summer actually. I haven't read anything before that since April. But, yeah, so I'm going to be wrapping that up right now, and then I'm going to be talking about what I want to read this month in August. You guys may have noticed though, I redid my shelves. They are beautiful and they are gorgeous, and I'll give you a quick little tour of them. So I did rainbow type shelves, but my top two shelves have my Cassandra Clare books and my Rick Riordan and Harry Potter books. And then you go down a little bit and it's just rainbow throughout the rest of it. This is very hard to do with a laptop. Anyway, those are my shelves. I hope you enjoyed them. So I read 6 and 200 pages of another book during July. The first book I read was The Young Elites by Marie Lu. I thought this was really, really good and maybe even better than the Legend trilogy, so I really enjoyed this and I cannot wait for the Rose Society. I'm gonna buy the paperback of that when that comes out, so I'm excited to read it when that comes out. And yeah. The next book I read was The Siren by Kiara Cass. I love this book so much, and I don't understand the criticism that some people give to it because I just thought it was so good. It was a perfect summer read. It was a perfect thing to read during Booktubeathon because it went really, really fast and it was just great. And I think I actually even like this better than the Selection series. Next 3 books I read were manga. I read number 2 and 3 of Bloody Mary. These were really, really good, just as good as the first one I read a long time ago. And I'm excited when the 4th one comes out. I think it comes out in September or October, so I'm excited for that. The next book I read was the first volume of Brave Master by Hiro Mashima. That was great, and yeah, I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be, and I saw a lot of similarities to Fairy Tail, and it was great. The next book I read was The Giver by Lois Lowry. This book was really good. It's probably like my favorite classic right now, and yeah, I was surprised. I surprisingly enjoyed this. So I read it in a couple hours, so that was actually really good. And then I read like 200 pages of Illuminae, but I will talk about that one later because it's in my TBR. So now let's get into the TBR portion of this video. I did something really interesting with my TBR pile because I'll just let you see what I did. We're going on a road trip. I put it like up on top of my bookshelf. So there you go. I'm going to bring all the books down and I'm going to be talking about them one by one. So the first book I want to read this month, which is actually not a book that was up there because I'm currently reading it. It's a book that I'm sure a hell of a lot of people received in the last couple of days. It's Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Yeah, so I'm currently reading it. Not that far into it yet, but it's good so far, and can't wait to finish it because like everybody is finishing the book and like posting about it, and luckily I haven't been spoiled yet, but I need to finish this book. But I'm so happy to have this, and I went to an event to get it, and it was just great and amazing, and yes, Harry Potter. The rest of my TBR is a little bit ambitious. There's a lot of books on here. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through all of them, but I'm sure going to try because I really need to start reading some stuff while I'm still on summer break. So the next book that I want to read is Illuminae because I only got like 200 pages and I actually want to finish it. It's really long, so I think what I'm going to do with this book is I'm going to pick it up between books. I'm probably going to maybe read 50 pages here and there and then read another book and then come back, do all that good stuff. It's really, really good so far, and I talked about it during my Booktubeathon, so if you want to know more about it, check out those videos. But yeah, so yeah. The next 2 books are part of a trilogy that I started a long time ago and I just never finished, and they are Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising by Leah Bardugo. I don't know how to say that name. I read Shadow and Bone so long ago and it was really good, and I just didn't have Siege or Storm or Ruin and Rising, and then I bought Siege and Storm and I got Ruin and Rising Christmas, and I just never read either of them. But I keep seeing a lot of stuff about this series, so I want to read them. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to read both of these this month. I'm hoping if I can get through Siege and Storm, it'll probably make me want to read this one, so I can definitely read them, like binge read them. That'd be good. Next book, it's a book that's been on my shelf for like 2 years now, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but it is Dorothy Must Die by Daniel Page. I remember I heard about this book before it came out, and I remember being so excited for it to come out, and then it came out and I bought it. And then I never read it. And then now there's like 2 other books of the series out, and I'm like, why did I never read them? Why did I never read this book? But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna read it hopefully this month. Let's go. Yeah, let's do this. The next book I want to read this month is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Once again, I've been seeing so much stuff about this series, and I've read Throne of Glass. I'm caught up, and it's an amazing series. I need to get into this one, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to read through it really fast because I'm always able to read Sarah J. Maas books really fast. So I'm excited to dive into it. Next book I want to read this month, or at least give a try, is The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I got this book out of my Owl Crate this month, and I don't really know anything about it. I don't really think this would be a book that I would pick up and buy unless someone explicitly yelled at me to go buy it because it was really, really good. But so I'm gonna try it and then we'll see what happens. But yes, this is on my TBR for now. Again, this next book is a book that's been on my shelf for like 2 years now. It is The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. I bought this book, this bind up of all 3 of them, like 2 years ago, and it's been like 2 summers and I have not read it. And I'm like, I need to read this book in the summer because it's the summer I turned pretty. I'm gonna try and we're gonna see what happens, but I need to at least start it and read like one of the books because, I mean, this is a lot. This is like 850 pages, but that's 3 books. So I think I can do this. I just gotta start reading this. I want to read more contemporary, so I gotta do this. The next book is actually a book I started in June, but I did not finish. It is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stefatier. I enjoyed this book a lot. It just, I got busy with like work and stuff, and then it became July, and then Booktubeathon happened, and then I never read this, and I'm over halfway done with it, so I just need to get around to reading it and finish the book, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. That wasn't the problem. I just got really busy. Yeah, I'm hoping to finish this soon. This book I want to read is actually a book I bought at Barnes & Noble not that long ago. It is The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutsuki. I don't know how to say her name. I'm so sorry. But I've heard so many good things about this series. I remember seeing it when it first came out, and I just never bought it, but I did now, so I'm gonna read it, and it also has a gorgeous cover, so also I want to read this book. And the final book of my August TBR is a book that I got a long time ago. It is from the book outlet. It is The 100 by Cass Morgan. This series, the TV series, I started watching it, like I'm sure a lot of people did when it came out. I didn't like it that much, but I've heard that some things in the book are different, and I'm gonna try the book and we're gonna see what happens, and maybe if I like the book I'll go back and rewatch the series. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Needless to say, if I do not like this book, I am not going to pick up any of the other ones, or definitely not continue the series. Okay, that's been my July wrap-up and my August TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Comment below telling me what you read during July and what you're going to read in August if we have any books in common, and I will see you next time.